If you live in Canada and you're thinking about getting a parrot, there's something important you need to know right away. Choosing a parrot here is completely different than in warmer countries. Why? Because Canada has long, cold winters. Our windows stay shut for months. We all spend a lot more time indoors. Noise echoes more, space feels smaller, and even our daily routines change. All of that has a huge impact on how a parrot behaves and how happy both you and the bird will ultimately be. That's why the best parrot for someone in Canada isn't always the biggest or most famous one you see online. It's the one that fits your real life. Let's start with some of the birds that usually do very well in Canadian homes. For many people, budgies are one of the absolute best choices. They're small, lightweight, and really easy to manage. A budgie doesn't need a giant cage or an entire room dedicated just to them. Cleaning is simple, their food is affordable, and vet care is usually much less expensive compared to larger parrots. Noise is another huge reason budgies work so well. They chirp, they chatter, they make happy little sounds. But they rarely produce the kind of ear-splitting noise that causes problems with neighbors. Budgies also adapt beautifully to indoor life. They're perfectly happy flying, playing, and exploring inside the house during those long winter months. And even though they enjoy your attention, they don't tend to panic if you're busy for a few hours. That perfect balance makes them a great match for students, families, and first-time bird owners. Cockatiels are another bird that fits Canadian living extremely well. They're famous for being gentle and calm. Most cockatiels prefer whistling over loud, sharp calling. That's a massive advantage when you live in an apartment or a townhouse with shared walls. Cockatiels also tend to form strong bonds with their people without becoming overly demanding. They enjoy just sitting nearby, listening to you talk, or just being part of the room's atmosphere. During a long, quiet winter, that calm companionship can be incredibly comforting. They don't need constant, high-energy entertainment, but they do appreciate daily interaction and a predictable routine. Now, for people who want a little more energy and playfulness, green-cheeked conures are often a fantastic middle ground. They're definitely more active and zesty than a budgie or cockatiel, but they're still very manageable in size. Green-cheeks love interaction. They enjoy training, learning tricks, playing games, and just general bonding time. And compared to larger parrots, their noise level stays much more controlled. They can be vocal, for sure, but it's usually in short, excited bursts, not hours of non-stop screaming. That makes a huge difference when you're stuck indoors for most of the year. Green cheeks do need daily attention. They do best with owners who truly enjoy interacting with their bird every single day. But for many people in Canada, that level of involvement feels very realistic and rewarding. Lovebirds are another option worth thinking about. They're small, fast, and absolutely full of personality. Lovebirds bring a ton of energy into a home. They're curious, they're playful, and they're very social. Their noise usually stays at a constant, pleasant chatter level, which is much easier to live with than sudden, loud calls. Because Canadian winters can limit outdoor stimulation and time away from home, many people choose to keep lovebirds in pairs. That way they always have company and can entertain each other, even when the house is quiet. Now, it's just as important to talk about the birds that sound amazing on paper but can be really difficult in a typical Canadian home. Large parrots like cockatoos and macaws are absolutely beautiful and incredibly intelligent. But that beauty comes with some serious challenges. These birds are loud. I don't mean a little noisy loud. I mean sound traveling through walls loud. During the winter, when all the windows are sealed shut, that noise becomes even more intense and inescapable. Space is another major issue. Large parrots need a lot of room to move, climb, and fly. Smaller living spaces can lead to frustration and behavioral problems, both for the bird and for the owner. Cockatoos also need an enormous amount of emotional attention. They form very deep bonds, almost like a human toddler. Long indoor days and busy work schedules can make it nearly impossible to meet those needs consistently. African gray parrots present a different kind of challenge. They are unbelievably intelligent. But that intelligence means they need constant mental stimulation every single day. During our long winters, that entire responsibility falls on the owner. Without daily puzzles, training sessions, and meaningful interaction, grays can easily become anxious, withdrawn, or even destructive. They can do well in Canada, but only in homes that are prepared to treat their mental enrichment like a serious daily commitment. So before you choose any parrot, it helps to ask yourself a few honest questions. How much noise can your home and your family really handle? How much one-on-one time can you genuinely give every single day, not just on weekends? And what will your life look like 5, 10, or even 20 years from now? The best parrot for you isn't the one that impresses people online. It's the one that truly fits your space, your schedule, and your future. When that match is right, owning a parrot is one of the most peaceful and rewarding experiences you can have. But when it's wrong, it becomes stressful for both the bird and the person. If you live in Canada and you're thinking about getting a parrot, which bird do you feel would fit your life best? Let me know down in the comments. And be sure to subscribe for more honest, real-world pet advice. Thanks for watching.